wanna hear you go.
Hey, to all you deep divers out there ready to jump into a topic that's, well, it's pretty cutting edge,
Yeah.
but it's also surprisingly relevant to,
Absolutely.
our everyday lives.
It is.
Today, we're diving deep into
Yeah.
the world of AI-driven smart contracts.
Right.
Now, you might have heard of smart contracts, right? They're those self-executing contracts on the blockchain,
Right.
but with a turbocharged
Yeah.
AI boost.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's taking something that's already revolutionary, these smart contracts, and you're just injecting it with the power of AI.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to be breaking down in this deep dive. How this tech works,
Right.
the potential it has to, maybe change everything. And of course, I'll talk about some of the challenges that we need to think about as we go.
Anytime you combine cutting-edge technology with the real world, you're going to have some hurdles.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get too far ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
let's rewind a little bit
All right.
and start with the basics.
Back to basics.
Have you ever felt, maybe you're listening right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like those traditional contracts were just
Oh,
way too complicated?
too.
All that paperwork,
Yeah, the back and forth.
back and forth, the waiting. It's like,
The nightmare.
it's a nightmare. It can be a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart contracts, that's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Those aim to solve that
Right.
by using the power of blockchain.
Blockchain.
So for those who might not be super familiar, can you give us a quick rundown of what a smart contract is and
Yeah.
why it's such a big deal?
So a smart contract is basically an agreement that's written in code, and it lives on a blockchain. And what that means is it's self-executing.
Okay.
So the terms are coded into the contract.
Right.
So once the conditions are met, it just happens automatically.
Okay.
There's no middleman.
Okay.
And because it's on the blockchain,
Yeah.
it's tamper-proof,
Right.
transparent, but incredibly secure.
Right. Okay, so I'm picturing a digital vending machine.
Okay, I like that.
You put in your money, or I guess whatever you put the contract requires. and
Right.
Bam, out comes your snack. Or in this case, maybe your house deed.
No.
Or your insurance payout.
That's a great analogy.
I like that.
Yeah, just like vending machines,
Yeah.
smart contracts have the potential to change a ton of industries.
Like what? Can you give us some real world
some real world
examples?
examples.
Yeah.
Let's think about real estate.
Okay.
Imagine buying a house without all of the paperwork and weeks of waiting.
Right.
Smart contracts could handle the whole process,
Wow.
verifying ownership to transferring funds,
Yeah.
healthcare.
Okay.
They could securely manage medical records,
Okay.
streamline patient consent.
Oh, wow.
Even the gaming industry
Oh, yeah.
could use them to create fair transactions and give players real ownership of their digital assets.
It's kind of mind-blowing how versatile this technology is.
Yeah.
We're talking about potential disruptions across so many different sectors.
So many.
Yeah.
And we haven't even talked about decentralized finance.
Oh, right.
Or
Rating,
DeFi.
yeah.
That's where smart contracts are being used to create new financial systems.
Wow.
We're talking lending, borrowing, investing,
Wow.
all without the need for traditional banks.
Okay, so we've established that smart contracts are pretty amazing on their own.
Yeah.
But now let's kind of bring in the AI.
All right.
Where does artificial intelligence fit into all of this?
So that's where we go from automation to something much more dynamic.
Okay.
AI allows these contracts to actually learn and adapt.
Okay.
Imagine a contract that not only executes based on preset conditions, but can actually analyze real-time data
Okay.
and adjust on the fly.
Okay, so instead of our digital vending machine,
Yeah,
we've got
a self-driving car.
a self-driving car, maybe not literally, but yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
AI allows these contracts to take in massive amounts of data from the real world
Okay.
and make decisions based on that information.
Can you give us a concrete example of what that would look like in action?
Sure, let's say you've got a supply chain contract
Okay.
that's powered by AI.
Okay.
It can monitor weather patterns,
Okay.
traffic conditions,
Wow.
even political instability, and all this is happening in real time.
Okay.
And then it can automatically adjust shipping routes or delivery schedules to avoid those disruptions.
That's incredible.
If you're a business owner that relies on global trade,
Yeah.
this is huge.
Yeah.
No more last-minute scrambling because your shipment is stuck at a port somewhere.
That's amazing. It's like having a super intelligent logistics manager
Yeah.
built right into the contract
It's
itself.
built in. And the AI can even go further and start predicting future outcomes
Really?
by analyzing historical data.
Oh, wow.
It can forecast problems, potential problems,
Okay.
and it can allow the contract to proactively adjust its terms or actions.
So you're not just reacting to problems, you're
You're anticipating them.
anticipating them. Wow.
Yeah.
I could see why people are saying this is like
Yeah.
a game changer.
Yeah.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
isn't all this data analysis
Oh, yeah.
incredibly complex?
Absolutely.
Can blockchain even handle that kind of computational load?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it highlights one of the key challenges with these AI-driven smart contracts.
Okay.
Computational complexity AI algorithms, especially these sophisticated ones, require a lot of processing power.
Yeah.
And blockchain networks, they're always evolving,
Right.
but they still have their limitations
Okay.
in terms of capacity and efficiency.
So the technology needs to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, they need to find a balance between the complexity of the AI
Right.
and then the ability of the blockchain to process it
Right.
efficiently.
In a cost-effective way.
Yeah, it's definitely a hurdle, but it's one that developers are really working to overcome.
That's good.
Yeah.
So are there any real-world examples of these AI-driven contracts actually being used?
Yes.
Or is this all still very theoretical?
It's already happening.
Really?
There's some pretty fascinating use cases popping up across a bunch of different industries.
Okay.
The source material that we're looking at actually focuses on
Okay.
insurance, decentralized finance,
Okay.
and supply chains.
Okay, this is some pretty big areas.
Yeah.
Let's start with insurance.
Okay.
What kind of impact are we seeing there?
So one example that really stands out is crop insurance.
Okay.
Imagine a smart contract that uses AI and weather data
Okay.
to automatically process payouts to farmers when rainfall falls below a certain threshold.
Wow, that would be a game changer for farmers.
Right.
Yeah, they're often at the mercy of like
Totally.
unpredictable weather.
Unpredictable weather patterns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would streamline the whole process, eliminate the need for those like time-consuming claims and
Right.
paperwork.
Right.
The contract could trigger payouts instantly,
Wow.
provide that much-needed financial relief
And they need it most?
exactly when they need it most.
That's incredible.
Yeah, no more waiting for adjusters to come out and assess the damage. It just happens
Automatically.
automatically.
Wow.
And AI can also make these contracts fairer and more accurate
Okay.
by analyzing tons of data.
Right.
It can identify patterns and risks that humans might miss,
Okay.
leading to more precise pricing and payouts.
So for farmers, that means getting the right coverage at a fair price.
Exactly.
And for insurance companies, it means managing risk more effectively.
Yep, a win-win.
A win-win situation.
Yeah.
So let's move on to DeFi.
Okay.
How is AI shaking things up in the world of finance?
Well, decentralized finance, it's all about creating financial systems that are open, transparent, and accessible to everyone.
Right.
And AI is playing a huge role in making these systems more efficient, personalized, and secure.
Okay, but what does that actually look like
Yeah.
in practice? Give us a concrete example.
Okay, let's say you're using a DeFi platform for lending or borrowing.
Okay.
AI can analyze market data, credit history, even things like your social media activity.
Wait, social media activity?
With your permission, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
really, what does that have to do with
Yeah.
my ability to repay a loan?
It's all about data points.
Okay.
So the more data the AI has access to,
Yep.
the more accurately it can assess risk,
Okay.
which leads to more competitive interest rates and fair lending practices.
So it's like having a financial advisor
It is.
that's constantly crunching numbers
Yeah,
and looking out for your best interest.
exactly. But it's an AI.
But it's AI.
Yeah, working behind the scenes.
So it's not just about automating the process.
No,
It's about using AI to make the system
Yeah.
smarter and more equitable.
precisely. And because it's all powered by smart contracts,
Right.
there's no need for a traditional bank or a loan officer.
It's finance, but without the middleman.
That's right, cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, this theme of cutting out the middleman seems to be like a common thread
Yeah,
in all these examples.
for sure.
What about supply chains?
Oh, yeah.
How is AI being used to streamline those complex networks?
Supply chains are a great example of where AI can have a big impact.
Okay.
Think about all the steps involved in getting a product from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Manufacturing, shipping, warehousing, customs
Yeah.
delivery.
It's a lot.
It's a complex dance with tons of opportunities for delays and errors.
And AI can help to smooth out those
Yeah,
wrinkles.
Smooth out those wrinkles, absolutely.
Okay.
AI can analyze real-time data from IoT sensors, for example,
Okay.
embedded in shipping containers.
Okay.
This data can include location, temperature, humidity,
Oh, wow.
even whether or not the container has been tampered with.
So it's like having eyes and ears
It is.
everywhere along the
Well,
supply chain.
Along the supply chain, that's right.
Okay.
And this allows for proactive management.
Okay.
So if a shipment is delayed because of weather,
Right.
the AI can automatically reroute it or adjust the delivery schedule.
To minimize disruption.
To minimize disruption, yeah. So for businesses, this means greater efficiency, reduced costs,
Yeah.
and happier customers.
And I bet it also helps to prevent like
Oh, for sure.
fraud and theft, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you're tracking the movement of goods so closely, it's
Yeah.
much harder for something to like
Yeah, to slip through the cracks.
slip through the cracks.
Yeah, exactly. By tracking this movement of goods in real time and verifying their condition when they arrive,
Right.
AI can reduce the risk of counterfeiting damage or loss.
Yeah.
This increased transparency and security is huge,
Yeah.
especially for industries that rely on those complex global supply chains.
All this talk of AI-driven smart contracts sounds so promising,
It is.
but I also can't help but think about
Yeah.
the potential downsides.
Oh, of course.
Like, what about the ethical considerations?
Yeah, that's important.
Like, if these contracts are making decisions
Right.
that impact people's lives,
Right.
how can we be sure
Yeah.
that those decisions are fair?
Yeah, that's a crucial point. It highlights one of the biggest challenges with AI in general.
Okay,
Biased AI systems are trained on data.
right.
And if that data reflects existing biases,
Yeah.
those biases can be amplified in the AI's decision making.
So in the case of our crop insurance example,
Right.
what if the data used to train the AI reflects
Yeah.
historical inequalities in how farmers from certain regions or backgrounds
Yeah.
have been treated?
It could happen.
Yeah, could that lead to
Absolutely.
unfair payouts?
It's definitely a possibility. It's something that developers really need to be mindful of.
Right.
When they're designing these systems,
Okay.
they need to make sure that data is diverse,
Right.
representative,
Right.
and free from harmful biases.
So it sounds like a lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of the developers.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the data.
Okay.
It's also about the algorithms themselves.
Right.
Even with unbiased data,
Yeah.
the way an algorithm is designed
Right.
can introduce unintentional biases.
Right.
There's a whole field of research
Wow.
dedicated to identifying and mitigating this bias.
So it's an ongoing process
It is.
of making sure these AI-driven contracts aren't
Right.
perpetuating existing inequalities.
It's a constant process of evaluating, refining, and improving.
Yeah.
And it requires collaboration between technologists, ethicists, and policymakers
Right.
to make sure these systems are being developed and used responsibly.
So we've talked about bias.
Okay.
But what about the potential for these contracts to be
Yeah.
hacked,
Right.
manipulated?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, we're talking about real money and assets.
Oh, yeah,
Isn't there a risk of someone finding a way to
absolutely.
game the system?
Security is always a concern with any technology,
Right.
especially one that involves financial transactions.
Yeah.
And AI-driven smart contracts do introduce new security challenges.
Can you give us some specific examples of
Yeah.
what those challenges might be?
Yeah, so one risk is adversarial attacks.
Okay.
And this is where someone intentionally feeds the AI misleading data
Okay.
to manipulate its decision making.
So they're tricking the AI.
Yeah, tricking the AI into doing something that it shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
Let's say you've got a smart contract
Yeah.
that uses AI to evaluate loan applications.
Okay.
An attacker could create a fake application
Right.
that looks perfect on paper, but it's actually designed to exploit a weakness in the
Okay.
AI's algorithm.
And that could lead to the contract.
It could.
Approving a loan that should have been rejected.
Absolutely.
Costing the lender a lot of money.
Yeah, lots of money.
That's one example.
That's just one example.
Wow.
There's also a risk of oracle manipulation.
Oh, right. Oracles.
Right, remember, oracles are those trusted data sources.
Yeah, they feed information into the smart contract.
Right, so like the weather data.
Right, like the weather data.
For the crop insurance example.
Exactly, yeah.
But what if someone were to tamper with that data?
Oh, right.
Or what if the oracle itself was compromised?
Wow.
That could throw a major wrench in the works
Yeah.
and lead to incorrect or fraudulent outcomes.
It sounds like there are a lot of potential points of failure.
There are.
Yeah.
But the good news is security researchers and developers are always working to protect these systems.
That's good?
Yeah, so one approach is to train the AI on a wider variety of data,
Okay.
including examples of malicious inputs,
Ooh, okay.
so that it can learn to distinguish between legitimate and fraudulent information.
So it's like giving the AI a crash course in cybersecurity.
Kind of, yeah. And there are other strategies as well,
What?
like using multiple oracles
Okay.
and cross-checking their data
Oh.
to make sure it's consistent,
Okay.
or developing decentralized oracles that are more resistant to manipulation.
Okay.
It's an ongoing arms race between those trying to secure these systems
Yeah.
and those trying to exploit them.
Hopefully the good guys are staying one step ahead.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But beyond the technical challenges, there's
Yeah.
also the issue of regulation.
Right, because the technology is evolving so rapidly
It is.
that it's hard for
Yeah.
the law to keep up.
Exactly. So there's a lot of uncertainty about how these contracts will be treated under existing laws.
Right.
For example, if a smart contract makes a decision
Yeah.
that harms someone who is liable.
Right.
Is it the developer of the contract,
Right.
the owner of the contract, the AI itself?
Yeah.
These are tough questions
Yeah.
that we're still trying to figure out.
It seems like we need a whole new set of laws.
We might, to address the unique challenges
Yeah.
of these AI-driven systems,
Right.
This is going to require dialogue and collaboration between policymakers, technologists, legal experts.
Yeah.
We need to develop a common understanding
Yeah.
of how these technologies work.
Right.
What are the risks?
Yeah.
What are the benefits?
Yeah.
And how do we create a legal framework that encourages innovation while also protecting people?
Right. So it's not just about the technology, it's about the society implication
It is.
and how we adapt our laws and
Yeah.
regulations to keep up.
Keep up with these advancements.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another important consideration.
Okay.
The impact of AI-driven smart contracts on the workforce.
Right, because if these contracts can automate so many tasks,
They can.
what does that mean?
Right.
Jobs.
Yeah, are we all going to be unemployed?
Yeah. Are we headed towards mass unemployment?
It's a question a lot of people are asking, and it's understandable to have those concerns.
Right.
But it's important to remember
Okay.
that these kinds of advancements
Yeah.
have always created more jobs than they've destroyed,
Okay.
albeit different types of jobs.
So it's not necessarily about AI replacing humans,
No.
but rather AI changing
Right.
the nature of work.
Exactly. AI can free us from mundane and repetitive tasks,
Right.
allowing us to focus on more creative and fulfilling work.
So that's a much more
Yeah,
optimistic outlook.
it is. Yeah.
Okay, but what specific skills will be most valuable in this new world of AI-driven everything?
Well, first, we need people who understand both technology and business.
Yeah.
People who can bridge that gap between the technical complexities of AI
Yeah.
and the needs of an organization.
So we're talking about like a new breed of hybrid professional.
Exactly. We'll also need people who are adaptable,
Right.
creative,
Right,
critical thinkers, people who can solve problems,
Right.
identify opportunities,
right.
and navigate a rapidly changing world.
It sounds like the future belongs to
It does.
those who are lifelong learners,
Right.
who are constantly updating their skills
Right.
and
Yeah,
adapting.
Yeah, adapting to new challenges.
And new challenges, yeah.
And that brings us to maybe the most exciting aspect of AI-driven smart contracts.
Yeah.
Their potential to empower individuals.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Okay.
How would these contracts give individuals
Right.
more control over their lives?
Imagine a world where you have more control over your own data,
Okay.
finances,
Right.
your own destiny.
Wow.
You can interact with businesses and organizations
Yeah.
on a more level playing field
Yeah.
without needing those intermediaries
Right.
or gatekeepers.
It sounds like a world where individuals have
Yeah,
more agency.
more agency
and autonomy.
Autonomy, exactly.
Yeah.
AI-driven smart contracts can create a more decentralized and equitable society
Right,
where power is distributed more evenly
right.
and opportunities are accessible to everyone.
It's a vision of the future
It is
that's both inspiring
very...
and a little bit daunting.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a future worth striving for.
Yeah.
And a future that we can create together.
Well said.
Thank you.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From the basics of smart contracts to
Yeah.
the transformative potential of AI
Right.
and the challenges we need to address.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it really feels like we're on the cusp of like
Yeah.
a major shift.
A major shift for sure.
But like with any new technology,
Right.
there's going to be,
Some bumps.
some bumps along the way.
Bumps along the way, yeah.
So as we wrap up
That's
this
right.
deep dive, what are some of the key takeaways you hope our listeners
Yeah.
will walk away with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that this isn't just about technology.
Right.
It's about people. AI-driven smart contracts have the potential to
Yeah.
reshape how we live, work, interact with the world around us.
Right.
You know, they could make our systems more efficient, more transparent, more equitable.
Yeah.
But it's up to us to make sure that they're developed and used responsibly.
It's like we're at a crossroads.
Yeah.
This technology could lead us down so many different paths.
Right.
And the choices we make today will have a huge impact on the future.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, we have a responsibility to shape this technology
Yeah.
and guide it in a direction that benefits, everyone.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
of humanity.
Yeah, not just a select few.
Right.
So what can our listeners do
Yeah.
to be a part of this conversation?
Well, first and foremost,
Yeah.
stay informed.
Okay.
Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, follow the developments in the space.
Right.
The more you understand about the technology, the better you'll be able to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Advocate for that responsible innovation that we're talking about.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
It really is.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask questions,
Right.
challenge assumptions, think critically about
Yeah.
the implications of this technology. We're
Yeah.
all learning as we go.
Right.
And the more perspectives we bring to the table, the better.
It's not just about the technologies.
No.
It's about all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming together to figure out how to navigate this new landscape.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling really ambitious,
Yeah.
learn some basic coding skills.
Okay.
The more people who understand how these systems work,
Right.
the more empowered we'll be as a society.
You mentioned earlier that AI-driven smart contracts
Yeah.
could create a more equitable society.
Right.
And that's a vision that really resonates with me.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering about,
Yeah.
the people who might be left behind in this transition.
Right.
What about those who don't have access
Right.
to technology or the skills to adapt to this new world of work?
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
It's something that we really need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
As we're embracing these advancements,
Right.
we need to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to benefit.
Right.
This means investing in education and training programs
Okay.
to help people develop the skills they need
Right.
to thrive in this new economy.
It's about creating a future that's inclusive,
It is.
where everyone has a chance to participate and succeed.
Exactly. And that's going to require effort from everybody.
Yeah.
From governments, businesses, educational institutions,
Right.
individuals. It's a challenge,
It is.
but it's one worth tackling.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with a sense of
Yeah.
hope and possibility. AI-driven smart contracts have the potential
Yeah.
to create, like you said, a more efficient, transparent, equitable world.
Right.
But it's up to us to shape that future.
It is. We need to be excited about the possibilities,
Yeah.
but also aware of those potential risks.
Yeah.
We need to have these conversations, ask the tough questions,
Yeah.
demand that responsible innovation.
This is a conversation that's just beginning, and we encourage all of our listeners
Yeah.
to be a part of it.
The future is being written right now,
Yeah.
and we all have a role to play.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI-driven smart contracts.
Absolutely.
Until next time,
Yeah.
stay curious, stay informed,
Stay informed.
keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
1